From real footage that may finally prove the elusive Bigfoot exists, to eerie clips capturing what looks like extraterrestrials lurking among us, and even a jaw-dropping discovery of giant bones on Earth. These are some of the most unsettling moments ever caught on camera. Stick around. A hiker was on his adventure in Utah's Payson Canyon when his camera caught something it definitely shouldn't have. There's just something about Payson Canyon that makes your instincts twitch. During the day, it's all peaceful vibes, towering trees, whispering wind, and quiet trails that almost feel too perfect. But locals have whispered about it for years. Stories of something big, strange, and definitely not human roaming the woods. Some say it's Bigfoot, others laugh it off. This clip was featured on The Paranormal Review, a YouTube channel dedicated to strange sightings. It was sent in by a viewer who was out hiking through Payson Canyon when things took a chilling turn. As the camera slowly pans across the trees, you see it. Something massive, something dark, moving silently through the woods. At first glance, it almost looks like a gorilla. But here's the thing. Utah doesn't have wild gorillas, not even close. After spotting the strange humanoid figure, the hiker attempted to follow it. He managed to capture another glimpse through the trees, this time revealing just how massive the creature truly is. He even zooms in for a closer look, but as he does, the creature seems to realize it's being watched and bolts into the woods. Most viewers who've seen this video are convinced this could be Bigfoot. The shape, the size, the way it moves, it all lines up with classic sightings. And with Utah's long-standing reputation for strange creatures in its forests, it's hard to ignore the possibility. If this isn't Bigfoot, then what is it? Whatever it was, one thing's for sure. Hikers in Payson Canyon might want to keep their cameras rolling and their eyes wide open, because now we might just have some of the most compelling evidence of Bigfoot to date. Reddit is where you go to find solutions to your weirdest problems, but sometimes you stumble upon a thread like this that haunts your dreams. 2 years ago, a Redditor posted a thread on the Dogman subreddit, and let me tell you, this wasn't your usual blurry woods photo, or someone mistaking a raccoon for a cryptid. This guy shared a collection of creepy images that he didn't even take himself. He found them scattered across the internet and asked fellow Redditors for info. What some of them uncovered? Yeah, that'll send chills down your spine. One user claimed that 2 of these photos were originally from the NADR PI. That's the North American Dogman Research Project. According to Jody, the lead researcher from Ohio, they take Dogman sightings very seriously. He confirmed these specific images were genuine cases and possibly proof that something is really out there. Jody also shared a disturbing pattern. Many sightings happen near graveyards. Even creepier, there have been cases where the ground appears disturbed after burials. Yes, something digging up graves. The photos in question were allegedly taken near a gravesite, showing what looks like a demonic, humanoid dog creature lurking in the dark. Another commenter, trying to be the voice of reason, analyzed one of the photos and claimed it just shows a German shepherd standing in tall weeds. Harmless, right? But then he pointed out that the 6th and 7th photos don't fit the Dogman profile at all. They looked more like Fresno nightcrawlers. And honestly, I agree. In those images, captured from a moving car, you can see a bizarre creature standing in the middle of the road. It's dog-like, sure, but there's something off about it. something sinister. Other images from this thread, and ones floating around elsewhere on the internet, offer no backstory, no context, just grainy visuals of creatures that shouldn't exist. And maybe that's what makes them so terrifying. Whether these photos are real or elaborate hoaxes, just the idea that something like the Dogman might be lurking in our forests is enough to make you sleep with one eye open. I mean, we can deal with dogs, we can deal with humans, but a mix of the two, that's the kind of nightmare you don't wake up from. If you ever see someone in the water desperately reaching out for help, you might be making a deadly mistake. This eerie footage comes from Indonesia, where at first glance, it looks like a person is drowning, thrashing, reaching out, begging for help. But what's truly bizarre is that the fishermen nearby are laughing. Why would anyone laugh at someone who's clearly in distress? The answer? Because that's not a person, and the truth behind it is terrifying. What you're actually looking at is a saltwater crocodile, and it's not struggling at all. It's hunting. This creature has developed a disturbing new tactic. It flips onto its back and swings its limbs in the water, perfectly mimicking the flailing of a drowning human. The goal here is to lure kind-hearted people in for the kill. It's chilling to think about. These apex predators aren't just strong, they're adapting. They're learning how to exploit our compassion as bait. Nature is getting smarter and more deceptive. So next time you see something unusual in the water, look twice. It might be something far worse than it appears. This guy was walking past an abandoned building in Scotland when something truly terrifying made him pull out his phone and start recording.
Must be a ghost.
The footage comes from Reddit user Survivor, who said he was just passing by when he suddenly heard strange, loud banging noises coming from inside the abandoned structure. Curious and a little shaken, he started recording, and what he captured is downright chilling. As he filmed the building from the outside, one of the wooden window panels suddenly burst outward, violently, as if something inside had forcefully pushed it. It wasn't a gentle creak or sway, it was a powerful shove. But here's the strange part. According to the uploader, the entire building was locked and sealed shut. So what could have caused that? And this didn't stop there. The movement continued, echoing from inside, as if someone or something was trying to get out. Then, just as suddenly as it began, it stopped, right after another strange noise came from deep within the building. Now, if you're thinking this could be wind, take a closer look at the trees around the building. They're not even moving, not a single branch twitching, and there's no sign of anyone near that window either. Given those details, and considering Scotland's ancient history filled with legends, hauntings, and old forgotten buildings, it's not that far-fetched to think something paranormal could be behind this. Would you have kept recording or run the other way? I absolutely love trail cameras. They capture things in the woods that have stayed hidden from us all this time, until now. This chilling footage was posted on Reddit and was captured by a trail cam on November 23, 2023, around 5 in the morning. The camera was originally set up to monitor deer movement in the area, but what it ended up catching was far more unsettling. As the camera rolls with its infrared flash on, a faint figure appears in the distance. It's humanoid in shape, slowly moving through the darkness, like it's heading somewhere, with purpose. Now here's where it gets weird. Even if that was a person, what on earth are they doing deep in the woods at 5 a.m.? The way it moved wasn't like someone stumbling through the forest. It walked with an eerie calm, like it could see clearly in the dark. Some viewers even claimed it looked like the figure was floating rather than walking, its motion strangely fluid and unnatural. To add to the mystery, the original uploader even posted a comparison photo with their friend standing in the same spot, and whatever was captured on the trail, Cam appeared significantly taller than an average human. So, whether it was a ghost, a cryptid, or something else entirely, one thing's for sure, I definitely wouldn't want to run into that on one of my camping or hiking trips. As much as nature gives birth to beautiful creatures, sometimes it creates things that look like they don't even belong on this planet. This video comes from South America, where a boy from a small village discovered a truly bizarre creature, something that looks like it came straight from another planet. From the very first glance, it resembles an alien. It has a hairless body, one single eye in the center of its head, and a strange, elongated, worm-like face. The rest of its body is also unlike anything we've ever seen before. The local reporter covering the story interviewed the boy who found it perched in a tree, and after sensing some weird vibes from it, they decided to bring it down. Now, if you ask me, it kind of looks like some newborn animal, maybe a baby creature born with extreme genetic mutations. Some commenters even suggest it might be a deformed cat. But honestly, I've never seen a cat that looks like that. So what do you think? Did this kid stumble upon and kill an alien sneaking through our forests? Or was it just a rare anomaly of nature? Either way, it's unsettling, and it's making me side-eye every tree I walk past now. This homeowner had been hearing strange noises coming from the street sewer for days, but what he eventually saw is enough to give anyone sleepless nights. This eerie video comes from TikTok, recorded by a homeowner who was investigating unsettling sounds coming from the sewer outside, but when he stepped out to check, he captured something straight up disturbing. As he approached, he noticed small hands reaching out from the sewer grate, twitching, grabbing, almost as if something or some beings were trying to escape. The fingers moved frantically, gripping the metal bars, desperately attempting to push it open. But the real question here is, what in the world are those hands attached to? They look like tiny monkey hands, but according to the uploader, no monkeys have ever been seen or reported in that area. So what could it be? A family of raccoons maybe? Their hands do look similar, but even if that's the case, the whole scene doesn't lose its creep factor one bit. Do you believe in the existence of giants? Well, if you don't, then after watching this next video, you just might start to. A TikTok user named Sam uploaded a bizarre video on July 6th, 2023 that left the entire community shocked and confused. In the clip, he reveals what appears to be a massive bone lying on the ground in the middle of a jungle. And when I say massive, I mean nearly the size of a small bus. There's no doubt this thing looks like a bone. The texture, the way it's worn down by time and the environment, it reacts like real bone material. But of course, there are some more grounded explanations too. Some viewers pointed out that it closely resembles the trunk of a specific type of tree, especially Huesos, which naturally decays in a way that looks a lot like bone. Still, the size, the shape, and the eerie setting leave the door open for something more. What if it is a bone, and not just any bone, but one from a giant? Honestly, it's hard to say for sure, but one thing's certain, this video definitely adds fuel to the legend of giants once walking among us. Locking your doors and windows might keep intruders out, but what about the darkness? This video comes from a homeowner who found themselves in a truly tense situation one night when it felt like the darkness itself was trying to creep into their home. In the footage, we can see the homeowner standing at the corner of a room speaking to something until the source of their fear reveals itself. A dark shadow begins to emerge from the corner, slowly creeping into the room. It's pitch black, unnatural, and as the homeowner speaks, it almost seems to respond. The atmosphere gets heavier, and the presence becomes undeniable. The shadow lingers for a few seconds before retreating back into the darkness between the walls. According to the homeowner, it was an evil spirit trying to enter their home. But as they began reciting a religious prayer, the entity hesitated and finally backed off. If this is how the darkness tries to invade a house, then I honestly don't know what could truly stop it. This homeowner was abruptly awakened late at night by his Ring camera notification, but what they saw through it was enough to terrify anyone. The footage, shared on Reddit's public freakout page, starts out like any other strange encounter. It's late at night, and an elderly woman appears at the front door. At first, it doesn't seem all that unusual. Maybe she's lost or needs help, but things quickly take an eerie turn when you notice what she's holding in her hand. The woman is clutching a knife and appears to be nervously twitching as if she's caught in an internal struggle. Her expression is blank, confused, almost like she doesn't want to be holding the knife, but something is compelling her. It feels like she's unknowingly luring the homeowner out, and the implications are downright unsettling. But there's actually a heartbreaking explanation behind it all. This elderly woman was later identified as a dementia patient, which becomes clear when you observe how disoriented she looks, staring at the knife like she doesn't even understand why she has it, and holding it in the least threatening way possible. Thankfully, there was an update. According to a comment on the post, the woman was found by police shortly after and safely returned to her care home. No one was hurt, but I can't even imagine how terrifying it must have been for the homeowner, watching this all unfold live from their camera view in the middle of the night. I don't know about other countries, but there's definitely something strange going on in the skies over Vancouver, Canada, and this next clip captures it perfectly. This video quickly went viral across the internet for one chilling reason. It seems to show something completely unexplainable happening in the sky. We see a flash of thunder, and then, out of nowhere, an orb appears and strikes right into it, creating a bizarre burst of light and shadow that looks straight out of a sci-fi movie. Now, if you ask me, it could be CGI, because I honestly can't find a single logical explanation for how something like that could happen in real life. But then again, the internet insists this was real and caught live. So what do you think? Natural phenomenon? High-tech military experiment? Or something not of this world? Drop your theories in the comments. I'm seriously curious about this one. This Russian driver was out on a late-night drive when he captured something that looked like the sky itself was glitching. The video, uploaded on YouTube by a Russian user, shows dashcam footage that appears to capture a real-life glitch in the sky. In the dark night sky, strange lights begin to appear in a bizarre and unsettling pattern. They're not overly bright, but they're clearly visible from the ground, and they seem to be coming from something massive, possibly hovering above the clouds. Some speculate it could be a UFO, and if that's the case, the spacing of the lights suggests this thing is huge. We're talking city-sized. What makes this even more unsettling is that similar sightings have been reported in other Russian cities around the same time. It's fueling speculation that extraterrestrial life might not only be real, but far more terrifyingly advanced than we've ever imagined. This boy was just out for a peaceful night walk in his neighborhood until something happened that made him regret it for the rest of his life. The video, captured by the boy himself, shows his late-night walk taking a creepy turn when he notices something strange happening inside one of the houses on his street. Curious and a little unsettled, he starts recording. Inside the house, we see a family sitting around a dining table, and the light above them is flickering. That alone is eerie, but what's even more disturbing is how the family is reacting to it. They just sit there, twitching, acknowledging the flickering light, almost like they're stuck in a trance. As the boy quietly explains what he's seeing, while recording from a hidden spot outside, something terrifying happens. The family suddenly lowers their heads in perfect sync as the light above them completely shuts off, and then, without warning, they all turn their heads directly toward the boy. That's where the video cuts off. This feels like a scene pulled straight from a nightmare or a psychological horror film. I genuinely hope the boy who recorded this is okay, because it seriously looked like he stumbled into something unnatural. Was it a demonic ritual, a cult gathering, or something far worse? Whatever it was, the way they all moved in sync, then stared directly at him, definitely didn't feel like a welcome gesture. Fairy tales whisper of whimsical creatures flitting through enchanted forests. But what if these winged beings aren't just figments of our imagination? This clip, captured by a mother reviewing footage from her daughter's room, has reignited the debate. Look closely. Can you see the translucent figure near the miniature door? There's an undeniable form, yet barely visible. It first appears near the plush dog, a slight ripple in the air disturbing the ribbon. Then, in a blink, it vanishes, only to reappear by the miniature door. It knocks the key from its hook. After a lapse of time, it returns, swooping down to retrieve the key before vanishing into thin air. Moments later, the figure is back, hovering by the plush dog. A subtle nudge, an act of mischief, and the toy tumbles to the ground. The fairy's translucent nature makes it unsettlingly difficult to fully discern. Why this elaborate game, this cryptic behavior? Would you call it a hoax? But wouldn't it be magical, even a touch frightening? If fairies were real, this clip is a reminder that shadows hold secrets, and our world might be far stranger than we imagine. When we think of ghosts, we imagine shadowy figures, chilling sounds in the dead of night. But this clip challenges our expectations. Here, the specter seems less threatening and more playful, or perhaps lost.
Really getting freaked out. I can literally hear something.
This hiker seeks solitude in the forest, but senses something following him. He's armed, ready to defend against any earthly threat. But what about the unseen? As he begins to record, there's a flicker of white. Did you see it dart behind the trees? It's almost childlike, hiding playfully, unaware it's been spotted. The hiker senses it now, sees it shifting from one hiding place to the next. The camera abruptly cuts off, his voice laced with fear. What was it? A mischievous spirit, mirroring the behavior of a living child? Or is there a more sinister presence hiding beneath the guise of innocence? This clip is unsettling precisely because it doesn't fit our expectations. Would you dare to venture into the woods alone after watching this? Let's shift our focus from the spectral to the bizarre. This footage comes from Brazil, and I can confidently say it's unlike anything I've ever seen. Observe these creatures, their movements, their shape. They're like something out of a nightmare, reminiscent of the Dementors from Harry Potter, only cream-colored and gliding through water. There's an unnatural grace to the way they move, almost hypnotic. Now look at this one pulled from the water. Though small, it appears almost like a hybrid of human and bat. Those spindly fingers are particularly unnerving, almost witch-like. What are we looking at? It's easy to feel a mix of fear and fascination. Nature is full of wonders, and sometimes those wonders come with a touch of the grotesque. I just hope these creatures, no matter how strange, pose no threat to us. It seems every time I think I've seen the peak of weirdness, a clip like this emerges. Honestly, I'd take that upright bear footage any day over this.
Hey! Run!
The footage starts off ordinary enough. Nighttime in the woods, nearby houses with lights. But what prompted the person to start filming? At first, everything seems normal. Then that appears. What in the world is that creature? It's like a cross between an alien, a mummy, and a spectral figure from a classic horror film. Unfortunately, it looks chillingly real. If that thing is genuine, it can't be anything good. I hope the authorities take this seriously and investigate. That creature, whatever it is, shouldn't be roaming free. Today, the world of myth seems to be invading our reality. We began with those glimpses of what looked like a fairy. Now it seems dragons might be all too real. Tell me that's not a dragon. Sure, maybe it's more like a traditional Chinese dragon than those from Game of Thrones. But those horns, the spiky tail, the long slender body, it's undeniably dragon-like. What is happening to our understanding of the natural world? Just imagine this creature reaching its full adult size. And what if it can breathe fire? Is this a taste of an entirely new world order where the creatures of legend walk alongside us? Remember that horrifying creature we saw a few clips ago? Well, it seems the nightmare isn't over. This footage seems to come from the same area, and while the creature is different, it's no less terrifying. The same nighttime woods, nearby houses with lights. Something stirs on the ground, then rises, its decaying form facing the camera. What are these creatures? The way it moves evokes the image of a corpse coming to life, or a mummy risen from its tomb. If this is a hoax, it's in incredibly poor taste. This kind of thing is no joke. Imagine an actual emergency being ignored because of stunts like this. But what if it's not a hoax? What if this is something truly unnatural? The thought of this being some unstoppable undead force is horrifying. And what if this isn't isolated? What if this is just the beginning? The mind reels at the possibilities. For our sake, I hope with all my heart this is a cruel prank, and whoever's responsible faces justice for this terror. Let's shift our focus from the nightmarish to the sobering, yet equally mysterious. This unsettling footage comes from Morocco. What on earth is causing this? Those aren't clouds. They're vast blankets of foam, stretching as far as the eye can see. There's likely a scientific explanation, and if anyone knows, please share in the comment. However, this sight is a stark reminder of the impact we humans have on our world. Our ancestors lived in harmony with nature. We've become dangerously out of balance. Progress is important, but responsibility is crucial. We might not see the consequences of our actions in our daily lives, but this planet is all we have in the vastness of space. It deserves our respect and protection. I hope we haven't pushed things to a breaking point. Let's all do our part to heal and preserve this beautiful world we call home. The world refuses to stop being weird. We've heard of crop circles, but check this out. A fish circle in the open ocean.
These are all fish jumping in a big circle all the way around.
See that massive circular pattern forming in the water. The videographer claims it's caused by some type of fish swimming in a coordinated circle. While we can't see individual creatures, the sheer size of it is mind-boggling. No single fish we know of could move fast enough to form something like this on its own. The woman filming also mentions a lot of jumping fish, adding another strange layer to the scene. Whatever's happening, it's incredibly odd. Is this some unknown natural phenomenon, or could there be something more manipulative at play? I'm half tempted to ask if someone's testing out fishy mind control technology. If anyone can shed light on this bizarre event, please share your knowledge in the comments. The woods offer a sense of peaceful isolation, a place to escape the world. But what if that feeling is an illusion? What if, hidden within the quiet, there are secrets that will prove everything we think is safe is a lie?
Did that just get you?
No.
You sure?
Yep.
Did you see it? Watch closely. Blink, and you might miss it. A cloaked figure streaking past the hiker. The sudden shift in the man's tone confirms he saw it too. So what is it? A bizarre prank or something far more unsettling? Perhaps a glitch in our reality? A hint of a hidden world overlapping with our own? Or truly an invisible man? Maybe we will never know, but one thing is certain. The familiar comfort of the woods is forever tainted. Next time I am out in the wild, I will carry the unsettling memory of this footage, a chilling reminder that the feeling of solitude might be a dangerous illusion. Sometimes, what scares us most isn't what we can't see. It's what's right in front of us. Under construction sites, like old abandoned places, hold a strange unease. It's something I can't quite explain. This person makes his way through the unfinished house at night, his camera light cutting through the darkness. Something stirs in the darkness, just beyond his vision. He turns the camera and captures this. Honestly, I've seen my share of the bizarre, but this is chilling. No guess I can make seems to fit. It's definitely not human. What person would linger in darkness like that? And it seems completely unfazed by the human. That stare directly into the camera is haunting. Is this the proof we've been looking for? Are there truly aliens among us? Whatever that creature is, I can't blame the person for leaving in a hurry. That's exactly what I would have done. Our next video underscores the fragility of life. One moment, everything seems normal. The next, disaster strikes. This man pauses on a mountain road where a few rocks have fallen. He's inspecting them, trying to gauge where they came from. He watches the slope above warily. For a reason we can't see, he turns and sprints back to his car, reversing with frantic urgency. Just seconds later, we see why. A massive landslide tears down the mountainside, right where he stood. Had he not glanced up, had he hesitated. The ending could have been tragic. Fate had a different plan that day, but it's a stark reminder. Against the raw power of nature, we are truly vulnerable. Back to the spine-chilling world of abandoned houses. Take it from me. I wouldn't set foot in one alone, not even with a flashlight and a baseball bat, especially not at night. Seriously, count me out. Clearly, this place is deserted. So why on earth would someone be there in the dark? And what the hell is that thing? Why zoom in when you should be running for your life? This is creepy on so many levels. Is it a doll? A dog? Why does it have that unsettling grin, staring right at the camera? Sure, the video quality isn't great, but for some reason, this feels real. It sends shivers down my spine, like that thing knows exactly who I am and where to find me. Sinister doesn't even begin to describe it. Maybe it's the 2020's answer to Chucky, just as horrifying. The wonders of nature never cease to amaze us. We often imagine how bizarre aliens might be, but sometimes the strangest creatures are right here on Earth. Take a look at what this fisherman found in a Chinese river. Is it a massive snake, some unknown type of alligator, or something completely undiscovered? It shares traits with so many different creatures. Snake, alligator, even hints of a frog. Whatever it is, it's both fascinating and unsettling. The muddy water makes it hard to gauge its true size, adding to the mystery. But one thing's odd. The fisherman acts like this is an ordinary encounter. He sounds almost casual. Does he know this creature? Is it somehow familiar? There's an eerie calmness to his reaction. Let's just hope he knows what he's dealing with, and that this video doesn't have a grim ending. Again and again, I have been telling you guys how potentially dangerous camping in the wild can be, especially if we consider sundown. That place is haunted by a gigantic beast, which gets more strange every time it sees hunting camps in the woods. Check this out. As these hunters left their camp looking for bears around, they left a camera behind monitoring the camp, and this is what it recorded. The beast, also called Bigfoot by many, emerges from the trees and attempts to destroy the camp. It throws broken tree branches with all its might before leaving. The hunters were shocked to see all the mess when they came back, and they knew what had happened. As this terrifying video was uploaded on YouTube, it sent a loud and clear message to all the hunters. The notion that we have in mind of these creatures being shy is not right, and they can be deadly when the time comes, so it's better to stay away. Just imagine if you were there at the time this creature decided to pay a visit. Recorded in 2016, this video was anonymously posted on YouTube, and it features something that can be absolutely considered to be the stuff of nightmares. The man keeps saying that they heard someone screeching, and it was not anything like they have heard before. So he went down and out of the house to look if it was an animal in need of help or something, but instead found a creepy cryptid right on the roof staring back at him. It looked like a human with white straight hair, staring right at him. In seconds, the creature ducked back down and disappeared in the darkness. No matter how much the man tried, he could not find it again. The face of the creature reminds me of the rake, but it seems way too calm compared to the descriptions I have heard about. What do you think? Uploaded a couple of years ago by a YouTuber who has made the goal of his life to track Bigfoot and to prove to the whole world that they exist. But once as he was tracking the trail that he found, he somehow got too close to the beast and in the process ended up pissing the beast off. As he moved his flashlight and the camera towards where the creature was, the two glowing eyes stared into his soul and he knew he had messed up. If we look into it closely, we can clearly see that the creature was ready to pounce upon the man and get done with him once and for all. However, the guy ran for his life, and luckily the creature did not follow him around. Personally, I would have dismissed this clip by saying it could be some car's headlights, but after the editing of the footage, we can clearly see the creature moving its head towards the man, so they have to belong to a deadly creature. We can also see the size of the creature. It looks to be massive. This video was uploaded on TikTok with a guy claiming he saw this weird thing when he was out with friends late at night. He had no idea what the insect was, so he uploaded it in order to see what others had to say. It looked like a praying mantis trying its best to mimic a scorpion. The video sent a wave of shock and weirdness on everyone who saw it. For some, it was a mix between some saw-trap bug and a scorpion, while for others, it was a bug straight out of hell. I had this clip for weeks and was looking around what this might be, but was not able to find out. Do any of you know what this thing is? They say soldiers who die while protecting their country never really die. These guys were out driving late at night when one of them saw something on the bench in front of them. It looked like someone was sitting there, but it was not clear. As the car moved on, they saw it was not a real person, but a ghost of a man. Before this clip was recorded and uploaded, many people had reported seeing a soldier in uniform sitting on the bench, as if waiting for someone, and it will not be a coincidence that the bench was right next to a war memorial built years ago. The soldier probably came there every night in search of his loved ones, and in the hope that he will get to see them one day. Back to India, this time to Tamil Nadu, where we witness yet another of nature's incredible oddities, reminding us that reality can be far stranger than fiction. A cow has given birth, and the entire village has gathered to see the new calf. But there's a reason for the crowd. This is no ordinary newborn. Take a look. It has two heads, and unlike conjoined twins we sometimes see, these heads aren't fused in any way. It's more like a single body with two completely separate faces, each seemingly with a mind of its own. Truly astonishing. How does this happen? Is it a case of random mutation, or part of some design we're too limited to comprehend? Nature continues to surprise and challenge us, reminding us that, for all our knowledge, the universe remains fundamentally mysterious and awe-inspiring. Alright, hold on to your hats.
What is it, a iguana or?
It's a bearded dragon.
It's a bearded dragon?
Bearded dragon, yeah.
This bearded dragon has one body, two heads. Does it spark a memory? Anyone remember that cartoon, Dragon Tales? These guys aren't just a real-life version of those conjoined dragons. They even share their names. Zack and Wheezy. Adorable, right? But here's an even more interesting part. Their owner has a big family. 6 kids and 6 grandkids. And she was offered $78,000 for the twins. Yet she refused. Money can't buy everything, she said. It's heartening to find this kind of compassion. A reminder that even amidst the harsh realities of the world, human empathy endures. Okay, back into the weird world of worms. Just give me a moment to shake off those heebie-jeebies. They linger. Honestly, who would keep these things in a jar? What's the appeal? Okay, let's examine this. It's worm-shaped, but with a tail. That's already unsettling. And what on earth are those black dots? Not eyes. Horns? This is a whole new level of bizarre. Turns out I may have a touch of scolosophobia, that's fear of worms. Definitely time to move on. This hiker's video looks like something straight out of a scary story. It shows a dark forest at night, but what's truly chilling is a pair of glowing red eyes peering back from the distance. The faint outline of a figure suggests something humanoid, but the darkness hides its details. Those eyes, though, burning red and filled with an unsettling feeling, hold the hiker's attention. For a tense few moments, the eyes stare right at the camera, sending shivers down your spine. Then, in a movement that makes the blood run cold, the figure raises a hand as if in warning. The video cuts out abruptly, leaving us wondering what happened next. Did the hiker flee in terror? This encounter is a reminder of the strange and mysterious things that might lurk in the deep woods, especially at night. Hikers often stumble upon amazing sights in nature, but this encounter might be a bit too realistic. A hiker recently captured footage of a strange figure standing in the woods, so lifelike it nearly gave him a heart attack. The video shows a tall wooden figure with what seems like a tiny person inside. As the hiker gets closer, they discover it's not a magical creature, but an incredibly detailed and realistic statue. The carving is so lifelike, it could easily be mistaken for a mythical forest spirit. While the encounter was certainly surprising, the statue's craftsmanship is truly impressive. The intricate details and beautiful artistry are undeniable. However, I suggest that the artist might want to reconsider placing such realistic artwork deep in the woods, as it could be quite a shock for unsuspecting hikers. Remember those magical creatures we dreamt of as kids, like unicorns? Well, this video from Uzbekistan might rekindle that childhood wonder. The video features a truly unusual sight. A steer with 3 horns. It has the typical 2 horns of its kind, but also a single straight horn right in the middle, reminiscent of a unicorn. This special steer, raised by a village in Uzbekistan, became quite the local celebrity. Some even went as far as calling it a divine being reborn, while the extra horn could be a result of a genetic mutation, similar to how some animals are born with extra limbs. These mutations are happening more often these days. The big question now is, what do we call this amazing creature? It's not quite a unicorn, since it's a steer, not a horse. Can you think of a cool name for this one-of-a-kind animal? Imagine you wake up one day, step out onto your balcony, and direct your gaze towards the sky, only to be greeted by an unusual square-shaped object hovering up there. In this video, captured by a resident from their apartment balcony, we're treated to a sky view that showcases this square flying object. This peculiar object stands out as it lacks the conventional features we associate with known aircraft. Adding to its mystique, the object seems to remain perfectly still without any discernible movement. For those observing this video, the notion that this could be an unidentified flying object comes to mind. However, the absence of movement raises questions about its true nature. Some might speculate that it's a weather forecasting device undergoing testing, but without concrete evidence, the mystery remains unsolved. This footage was captured by a home security camera in New Mexico, and it showcases the appearance of an unidentified humanoid creature. the creature was reportedly moving in a southern direction. In the security camera recording, we witness a humanoid figure sprinting across the driveway in a fraction of a second. This creature's physical characteristics and posture are undeniably strange. It possesses a hunched back, very thin legs, and appears completely naked. The head of this creature even resembles that of an alien. However, the video quality is somewhat blurry when zoomed in, preventing us from making a definitive identification. Regardless, the presence of such a creature in one's driveway would undoubtedly be an unsettling experience. This video, originating from Russia, showcases the sheer force of nature in action. Recorded by a mountain climber, the footage captures a distant mountain peak adorned with trees. What's particularly intriguing is that one of the trees starts moving in an unusual and unsettling manner, as if someone with immense strength is holding and swaying it on the peak. This peculiar straight-line movement suggests a powerful force at play, possibly a colossal, unidentified forest creature. While one plausible explanation could be a feller buncher, a heavy machinery used for cutting trees, the tree's eerie motion remains quite mysterious. Trail cameras are fantastic for capturing the unseen mysteries of the woods, but sometimes they reveal things we weren't meant to witness. In this nighttime trail camera footage, a group of deer stands attentively, clearly spooked by something lurking in the dark ahead. Suddenly, a shadowy figure emerges, its body reflecting the light from the trail camera. The deer remain on high alert, fixated on this mysterious presence. Just as swiftly as it appears, the shadowy creature vanishes into the darkness once more. This encounter was undeniably unsettling for these unsuspecting deer, and one can only hope they remained safe from this enigmatic entity. Have you ever heard of the creature known as Mothman? Mothman sightings were reported in the Point Pleasant area from 1966 to 1968, and newspapers were filled with accounts of these appearances. Mothman is a creature with a combination of humanoid and moth-like features, and its appearance can be quite scary and unsettling. But if you think you're safe now because the last sighting was in the 1960s, you might be mistaken. This video comes from Iran, where a villager investigates strange noises emanating from a nearby mountain. As he approaches with a flashlight, he spots a truly eerie figure resembling Mothman perched on the peak ahead. The creature has a red head and is enveloped in wings, and the reflection of its eyes in the flashlight's beam is particularly chilling. This video adds yet another mysterious creature to the list of things that give me the creeps. I don't understand why explorers often choose to explore the scariest and most dangerous places, and sometimes they do it at night. This video is from an abandoned property that an explorer decided to investigate. In this particular video, the explorer is exploring a cabin deep within the woods. As they venture inside, they suddenly hear a truly unsettling scream that seems to come straight out of a demon's nightmares. This blood-curdling scream startles the explorer, causing them to step back. After mustering up some courage, the explorer decides to record inside the cabin, and we catch a glimpse of the demon-like creature. It appears to be a small humanoid creature with naked skin, and it gives off a hostile and protective vibe, guarding its territory and warning the explorer to stay away. We should be grateful that the explorer heeded the demon's warning and didn't venture inside, as who knows what might have happened if they did. One of my biggest fears is strange occurrences in the sky, and this video is like a scene from a nightmare. Recorded in California, the video captures a bizarre, eerie noise emanating from the night sky.
What could be the cause of that?
The sound is deep, with an eerie echo, and it includes loud rumbling. Some viewers have suggested that it might be caused by heavy construction machinery, which could be a reasonable explanation. However, the sound seems to spread oddly in the open sky, making it challenging to pinpoint the source. Additionally, there are no visible structures in the video that could reflect the sound and create such noises. This noise was truly strange, and if it's a rare natural phenomenon, I hope someone can shed light on it by leaving a comment below so we can all learn more about it. Imagine you're in your apartment, fast asleep, and suddenly you hear strange noises coming from the roof. You decide to step outside to investigate, and to your surprise, you spot a creepy creature perched up there, staring right at you. In a video, we can see the creature on the roof of an apartment building. It's quite large, but it's hard to make out its appearance due to the darkness. This creature is fixedly gazing at the person recording the video. What's truly eerie about these encounters is that we have no idea what these creatures want or what their intentions might be. Hopefully, this creature was just curious about the weather up there and returned to wherever it came from. Calling all Bigfoot enthusiasts, this next clip hails straight from Osawatomie, Kansas. This video was captured by a local during his morning jog. The video offers a glimpse of distant fields, with a strange sight among them, where we can see a hairy humanoid figure casually strolling. This figure is covered in thick black fur, and its gait resembles that of a human. While some viewers are quick to dub it the legendary Bigfoot, I remain somewhat skeptical. To me, this being appears more like a human wearing a Bigfoot costume. The creature's height seems notably smaller than typical Bigfoot sightings, and the bagginess of the costume is evident in the video, giving it away. However, I must admit, if there's even a tiny chance that this could be genuine, maybe it's an old and worn out Bigfoot, then it's certainly a fascinating discovery worth considering. Taking it back to 2020, this video showcases a truly strange phenomenon unfolding in the skies, leaving many to wonder if it had godly origins. Hailing from Florida, the footage was captured by a driver who noticed a strange, luminous object emerging from behind the clouds. It moved across the sky as if someone were wielding a giant flashlight, casting an ethereal glow. The sight persisted for over a minute before the video abruptly ended. It's a scene reminiscent of something out of a fantasy game, as if the heavens were sending us a rare quest or message. While some may interpret it as a sign from a higher power, a more grounded explanation could be at play. It's possible that sunlight filtering through unusual cloud formations is causing this luminous display, though we lack concrete proof. If you've encountered this strange phenomenon or have insights to share, feel free to drop a comment below and join the discussion. Some people out there believe in the existence of aliens, claiming they might be lurking beneath the sea disguised as aquatic beings. I've always been skeptical, but videos like this one really make me question my doubts. In this footage from Kiowa Island, South Carolina, we witness a bizarre moment captured by a group of fishermen on their fishing expedition. As one of them records, another showcases a truly bizarre fish they've just reeled in. This fish is unlike anything they've encountered before, sporting a peculiar mouth like opening below its original head. Its body length and features are also far from the norm, but it's that unusual mouth that gives it an otherworldly appearance. With its gooey texture and an oddly shaped tail, it wouldn't be out of place in a sci-fi movie featuring extraterrestrial creatures. While it's possible that this fish is the product of some genetic mutation, mutations can sometimes yield eerie and unsettling results like this one. Now, the real question remains: will the fishermen decide to sell this mysterious catch at the market? Or will they make it disappear, never to be seen again? A trail camera set up to study the deer population in the Canadian woods captured a strange sight that has left researchers with more questions than answers. In the footage, recorded at night, the trail camera captures the tranquil beauty of the forest. However, suddenly there is a movement in the distant darkness, accompanied by a sudden burst of bright light. The deer grazing in the vicinity become startled by the passing of this mysterious entity and become more alert. Upon closer inspection of the footage, it becomes apparent that something out of the ordinary is afoot. Zooming in reveals the presence of a ghostly figure, seemingly carrying a light source, possibly a lantern, as it moves through the woods. Though the sighting is fleeting, it leaves an indelible impression on both the camera and the deer. Also, unlike some videos that could be attributed to computer-generated imagery, the genuine reaction of the deer adds credibility to the sighting. Incidents like these make me hesitant to venture into the forest for pending adventures, as the unknown can be both fascinating and unsettling. Just a normal night on a quiet street. Or is it? This creepy clip will have you checking your windows twice. Taken from a California home's Ring camera, this footage unveils the eerie occurrences of the streets at 3 in the morning. At first glance, everything seems chill. But then the unthinkable happens. What appeared to be a pile of leaves in the distance on the street suddenly comes to life. It morphs into a humanoid figure, creeping along the pavement with a disturbing, almost militaristic crawl. The sight is enough to send shivers down anyone's spine. What's truly unsettling for me is the way this figure transitions from stillness to movement. It's as if it lay in wait, biding its time before springing into action. Some might speculate it's a person, perhaps under the influence of drugs, but the truth remains shrouded in mystery. After witnessing this, the thought of venturing onto nighttime streets becomes 10 times scarier. Ever heard unexplained music in your own home? A homeowner in Missouri had a spine-tingling experience. His piano started playing by itself at night. He set up a camera to catch the culprit, and what he captured will leave you chilled. The video he captured shows the homeowner's empty room with the piano in clear view. Just as the clip starts, things get strange. The key guard mysteriously lifts on its own, and then the piano starts playing. Keys press down one by one, creating an eerie melody. This unsettling sight of the piano playing solo is enough to give us chills. But wait, there's more. The homeowner slowed down the footage and noticed something strange in the corner. A faint, white glowing orb seems to move. Could this be the ghostly pianist? While the movement might be a trick of the eye, the piano playing on its own is undeniable. This video is a real head-scratcher, a haunting melody, and a possible ghostly presence. Prepare to have your mind blown by this mind-boggling clip I stumbled upon on Facebook. Yes, you're seeing it right. It's not a mirage or a trick of the eyes. What you're witnessing is a mind-bending spectacle of fish flooding a desert trail. This jaw-dropping video, shared by some friends, captures an unbelievable phenomenon where millions of fish swarm through a desert, creating what can only be described as a fish flood. Now, We're used to seeing fish washing ashore on beaches due to sudden drops in water temperature, leaving them stunned and unable to swim. But in this case, there's not a drop of water in sight. No ocean, no lake, just sand as far as the eye can see. It's enough to make you question reality. While some might cry computer-generated imagery, I have to hand it to whoever pulled off this mind-bending illusion. It looks so real, it's almost impossible to believe it's not. A 1959 footage was unearthed from the old archives, found in the basement of a recently purchased home in Long Island, New York. It was labeled as Monster on Plum Island Beach. And let me tell you, it lives up to its name. The footage, belonging to the previous homeowner's grandfather, shows a truly bizarre sight on Plum Island Beach. Right off the bat, there is a creature in the video that appears otherworldly, with its ape-like body structure and features. It's got the head, arms, and legs of an ape, but its midsection is eerily straight, just like a human's. And here's where it gets really creepy. It's sporting a predator-like mouth with some seriously ferocious teeth. And to top it off, one of its hands and a foot are missing. Now, since this footage is pretty ancient, digging up more info has proven to be a challenge, adding an extra layer of mystery. Was this creature some kind of Bigfoot? It sure bears a striking resemblance. After watching this video, you won't think twice. You'll think 100 times before going on a night drive, on a desolate road. This video from India, posted on Instagram, shows what many are calling a spirit and a churail, which is an Indian term for a female ghost. The video, recorded from a car, shows the vehicle traveling down an empty road when a white-clad woman appears out of thin air in the distance. The woman acts strangely, looking around in confusion. However, as the cameraman zooms in on the figure, it vanishes into thin air just as inexplicably as it appeared. Locals who have watched the video are reportedly traumatized by it, especially considering there have been many other sightings of a similar figure in the area. I am usually skeptical about these types of videos, but this one certainly looks genuine because the figure's texture blends well with the surrounding environment. However, the real question now is, what could this ghost be confused about? If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Ever wonder if Australia has its own Bigfoot? The legend of the Yowie continues to spark debate, and this video captured by a hiker adds fuel to the fire. The video, filmed in the dense Australian woods, shows a glimpse of a tall humanoid figure moving through the trees. The figure has brown fur and appears to be walking upright on two legs. While the posture resembles a human, the appearance of this creature looks like the legendary Yowie. The Yowie is typically described as a large, hairy creature ranging from 7 to 12 feet tall. This creature appears to be around 6 feet tall, raising doubts about its authenticity for me. Additionally, certain aspects of its appearance, like the sagging of its body, seem suspiciously artificial. Could this sighting be genuine? Or is it merely a man in a costume? Imagine you wake up one morning, go for your usual jog, and see this in your neighborhood.
What the heck is this?
Uploaded on TikTok by user Linzavian, this video is like a scene straight out of a nightmare. It shows a human-sized bat hanging upside down in a window frame, swinging slightly. This creature looks absolutely terrifying, almost like a twisted hybrid of a human and a bat from the depths of hell. While there could be a logical explanation, such as it being a Halloween decoration or someone playing a prank, it still sends shivers down the spine. The mere thought of these giant bats potentially lurking around, possibly sucking blood, is enough to terrify even the most brave ones. Let's just hope it's nothing more than a spooky prank and not a glimpse into a terrifying reality. While hiking in the forest, it's essential to be aware of potential animal predators to ensure your safety. However, what about trees? Can they host such things? In this video, captured by a hiker on a forest trail in Canada, we can see a figure that resembles a human standing on top of a tree in the distance. This figure appears to maintain its balance effortlessly, without the need for hand support. It moves around, and it has human-like features, including skinny arms, a head that resembles a human shape, and long hair. People who have viewed this video have suggested that it might be an experienced tree climber, possibly a local forest resident. Nevertheless, the ease with which this figure stands on the tree is both unsettling and remarkable. It raises questions about the potential presence of skilled climbers in the forest canopy and adds an intriguing layer of mystery to the wilderness. This video was posted on Facebook by a user named Aristo, who was convinced that he had captured Bigfoot on his camera. The video starts with the cameraman running and breathing heavily, as if he had spotted something in the woods and was either trying to capture it on camera or possibly even running from it. After a moment, the cameraman stops and focuses his camera on the distance, revealing a massive dark black creature that resembles an ape making its way through the bushes. This confirms that the cameraman was indeed chasing after this creature. As the cameraman moves a bit closer, he captures another glimpse of this creature, and this time we see it standing upright. Its posture is unlike that of a gorilla, more reminiscent of a human. It's also quite tall and has long arms. Nevertheless, I want to believe that it was indeed an ape or a gorilla. Otherwise, my fear whispers that it must be Bigfoot. This Indonesian homeowner caught a hilarious moment on camera. In the clip, we can see a large snake could be seen slithering by the homeowner's front door. And she got a bit of a scare. In the moment, she tossed a slipper at the snake, thinking it would scare it off. But something unexpected happened. The snake actually grabbed the slipper in its mouth and made a quick getaway. It's funny to see this large snake slithering away with a slipper dangling from its mouth. While the situation is definitely unusual, it's important to remember that the snake was likely just trying to defend itself and escape the homeowner's reaction. The video ends with the snake disappearing into the field, slipper in tow. It makes you wonder what would happen if these thief snakes got common and went after something a little more valuable, like our phones. People have talked about goblins for a long time, often in stories and legends. After watching this video, some might start thinking that goblins could actually exist. The video was recorded by a biker wearing a GoPro camera on their helmet, giving us a special view. In the video, we follow the biker as they ride along a trail, their motorcycle making a loud noise. Out of nowhere, a small, naked, human-like figure appears in the distance. This creature notices the approaching biker and tries to hide in the nearby bushes. The biker, curious about this strange sight, stops the motorcycle and tries to see where this mysterious creature has gone. This little creature, with its small size, exposed skin, and odd look, does resemble what some people might call a goblin. But the big question is, why was this goblin-like creature in that place? Was it searching for hidden treasures, or did it have some other unsettling reason for being there? This video takes us to the Mojave Desert, where an oil field worker captured something unusual while on the job. While working at the site, the worker noticed movement in the distance that drew their attention. They quickly started recording and managed to capture a truly scary sight. In the video, we see a tall, humanoid figure slowly walking along a trail. The creature's gait is peculiar, and it appears to be hunched over. Its long, elongated hands are reminiscent of a Bigfoot. After a brief stroll, the mysterious being disappears behind a bush. Some viewers have speculated that it could be a skinwalker, but based on the creature's appearance, it seems more likely that it was a local forest-dwelling Bigfoot. Whatever it was, it undeniably presented a strange and mysterious sight. This video is like something from a nightmare. It was recorded by a security camera and shows a view of a house driveway. Right at the beginning of the video, a humanoid creature that walks on all fours comes into view as it approaches the house. As this creature gets closer to the camera, its appearance becomes clear. It is completely naked with a human-like body. At first glance, you might think it's just a person acting strangely. But the way this creature moves on all fours, hunched over, is incredibly unusual. It displays remarkable agility as it moves all around the house, coming into the view of multiple cameras. The motives of this eerie cryptid remain unknown, but I'm quite certain that they were far from friendly. Two friends were out for a night ride on their snowmobile in the Canadian wilderness, and they ended up having an unforgettable experience. This video, likely recorded with a GoPro or a mobile phone, shows their snowmobile traveling through the snowy forest. The light from their vehicle illuminates their path, and they have their loyal dog with them. They're having a good time, riding through the snow, when suddenly, their dog starts barking and acting anxious.
What are you barking at?
The friends are puzzled at first, trying to figure out what's bothering their dog. Then, out of the darkness, something truly eerie becomes visible. A tall, humanoid figure standing there. The friends quickly realize what their dog sensed, and they hit the gas, speeding away from this strange and scary encounter. This humanoid figure appeared to be skinny and exceptionally tall, just standing there, possibly waiting for who knows what. It was a truly chilling experience. Let's shift gears and delve into something a little unsettling. This clip takes us to a hospital in Mexico during a quiet night shift.
Miren.
It's 3:25 in the morning, and a doctor working the night shift starts hearing strange noises. He decides to record what's happening. In the footage, watch closely as a medical box in the corner, seemingly untouched, suddenly topples over. There's no one visible in the room, yet the box falls as if pulled by an unseen force. The doctor, while clearly startled, remains somewhat composed. The unexplained activity doesn't stop there. Down the hallway, a medical trolley begins to move on its own. The video clearly shows no one pushing it. The doctor cautiously investigates, checking behind curtains and every nook and cranny. Every chair is empty, every space devoid of a human presence. He returns to his starting point and the trolley rolls again. This footage is undeniably eerie. The unexplained movement, the unsettling silence. It's hard to explain with logic alone. Are we witnessing something supernatural? Hospitals, with their association with life and death, are often seen as gateways to the unknown. Let's hope none of us ever encounters such activity on our own night shifts. Prepare for a glitch in the natural world. This video features a group of caterpillars engaged in the strangest conga line ever. Clearly, they're all following the leader, or so they think.
Amazing. They just follow the leader.
Observe this hypnotic sight. Each caterpillar seems determined to stay directly behind the one in front. But that's the problem. It seems they've accidentally created a loop, each caterpillar blindly following the one ahead. You can't help but wonder how long this loop has been going, or whether they ever figured it out. A few intrepid caterpillars finally break free of the pattern, but the rest remain locked in their parade. Who's gonna break the news that they're going absolutely nowhere? This bizarre footage reminds us that nature has a sense of humor. It's both hilarious and strangely mesmerizing. Perhaps there's a lesson here for us humans too. Sometimes we need to step back and make sure we aren't just following the crowd in circles. Let's take a step into the unknown. This next clip features some unsettling footage captured on a security camera. At first glance, it seems like a normal afternoon. A man exits a house, his shadow stretching out behind him in the sunlight. But then, take a closer look. A shadowy figure appears beside the man's shadow, seemingly mimicking his movements. It almost resembles a child holding hands and walking alongside him. The man continues on his way, completely oblivious to the presence beside him. This is where things get strange. How do we explain this anomaly? Can it be dismissed as a trick of the light? Or is there something more at play? This footage, paired with the video of the unexplained activity in the Mexican hospital, raises some intriguing questions. Do these clips hint at a reality beyond our understanding? Are we witnessing spirits or some other unexplained phenomenon? The truth remains a mystery. This clip serves as a reminder that the unseen can sometimes be unsettling, leaving us with more questions than answers. What do you think? Is there a logical explanation? Or is there more to this story? Moving on from the strange to the downright spooky. Now, this is police dashcam footage, so I'm assuming what we're about to see is the real deal. Just a quiet, country road at night. Then, out of nowhere, this white, hazy shape materializes in the middle of the road, and the car passes straight through it. Did you catch that? The officer definitely did. Look, he's stopping, turning around to investigate. And this time, you can almost make out a human-shaped figure. It crosses the road, then simply, if you missed it, let's slow things down. Videos like this throw all my assumptions out the window. Could it be a spirit? Is this a glimpse of what awaits us after death? Do we retain our forms, wandering unseen forever? If so, with all the souls throughout history, why are sightings so rare? Or is this some strange trick of the light and I'm just getting carried away? Spooky stuff tends to do that to me. Either way, you decide. From spooky to downright unsettling. They definitely resemble worms, but that inky black color is so alien. Maybe all those sci-fi movies have me primed to see space creatures everywhere. Jokes aside, I've never encountered anything quite like this. There's something deeply unsettling about them. Why are they huddled together like that? Most worms you see are solitary, or scattered unless they're trapped in a confined space. Here they're in the open, clustered by choice. Honestly, I can't come up with a logical reason. These creatures give me major creeps. Back to the beaches. Next stop, the beautiful beaches of South Goa, India. But pristine sands can hide unexpected things. Forget love letters tucked inside bottles. This one is a living ecosystem. Snails and other creatures encrust the glass. It's less romantic, more fascinatingly gross. See how those shell-covered things squirm and wriggle. Maybe there's treasure inside, or a forgotten message. Next up, a creature that proves looks can be deceiving.
You ready? Put it in there. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Do it again, do it again, do it again. Oh.
At first glance, a squid seems all graceful and flowing, but that appearance hides a shocking truth. Let's see what happens when they get hold of a soda can. Did you see that? It didn't just crush it. It took a clean bite. We're a chunk right out. That's some serious jaw power. See it go in for another. And again. Imagine if that were your finger instead of metal. Bottom line. If you ever see one of these in the wild, admire from a distance. Trust me. This next clip, resembling something straight out of an alien movie, has left netizens buzzing with confusion and a touch of disgust.
That is so crazy.
Yeah, what you just witnessed wasn't from outer space, but a creature found in a cave in Texas. In this video captured by a cave explorer, we're greeted with multiple gooey masses of creatures sprawled across the cave floor. These creatures don't have a specific body shape, but rather a web-like periphery that expands, contracts, and morphs into different forms. There are several of them scattered about, each taking on a unique shape, one elongated and wriggling like a worm, while others pulsate and undulate. As for their texture, it's all gooey, slimy, and downright bizarre. I don't know what the heck these creatures are, but I'm hoping the explorer decides to leave them be. The last thing we need is for these slimy critters to venture out of their cave and into our world. I don't know what it is about California, especially Fresno, but it seems like aliens just can't resist paying a visit there. And this video is yet another piece of evidence. This security camera footage from Fresno, California, captures a truly bizarre scene unfolding in a backyard. The video starts off with a view of a pool surrounded by fences, but soon enough, something out of the ordinary happens. A small, bright white figure emerges from the gate in the fence. This humanoid-like figure, reminiscent of a small child, approaches the pool, and after a moment's pause, starts walking on the water surface. Yes, you saw that. The alien-like creature effortlessly strolls across the pool before the video cuts off. For the residents of Fresno, sightings like this are almost routine, but for the rest of us, it's a mind-boggling spectacle. What secrets are you hiding, Fresno? What is it that the aliens are after? The world may never know. We're all familiar with snakes and their slithering ways, right? But what if I told you there's a snake out there that's breaking all the rules? Check out this mind-blowing video. This footage, straight from Thailand, was captured by a homeowner who stumbled upon something truly extraordinary in their own backyard. In the video he captured, there was a creature with a long, sleek body of a snake, but with a surprising twist. It's got 4 legs up front. It's like someone decided to mix and match features from a snake and a lizard, and voila, you've got this fascinating hybrid. In the video, as the camera person approaches for a closer look, the creature doesn't shy away. Instead, it starts scurrying about on its little legs, just like a lizard would. Also, I can't help but wonder about the advantages this creature might have with its unique anatomy. Imagine it navigating different terrains like sand, walls, and streets. Talk about versatility. This next clip shows a weird alien-like creature captured during a lightning storm in Los Angeles, and it's got viewers feeling like doomsday might be right around the corner. I mean, did you see that? It's like Godzilla decided to pay Los Angeles a visit during a thunderstorm. This spine-tingling footage, captured from an LA apartment, shows a bizarre figure looming in the clouds amidst a flurry of lightning strikes. But this ain't your average cloud shape. It's more like a long, snake-like shadow slithering through the sky. Also, it's not just one person who saw this eerie sight. Others in Los Angeles caught glimpses of it too. Some say it looks like a dragon, while others think it resembles a serpent god. And let's not forget that a few months back, there was something flying around in the same area that looked suspiciously like an alien spaceship. Call me crazy, but it seems like there's a whole lot of weirdness going down lately, and I can't shake the feeling that aliens might just be dropping by for a peek at our city of angels. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Ever wondered what a typical day in Russia looks like? Well, buckle up, because this video is about to give you a wild ride. This intriguing footage comes straight from Russia, courtesy of an antique shop owner who decided to capture his morning routine on camera. As he stepped outside his shop, he stumbled upon a scene straight out of the wild. A man being chased up a tree by none other than a bear. Now, most folks might panic in such a situation, but not our fearless cameraman. No, he simply chuckled and continued recording the chaos unfolding before him. The man on the tree looked like he was in a real pickle, struggling to keep his distance from the hefty bear, who wasn't too far behind in the climbing game. Witnessing bears climbing trees might be a shocker for some, but what really caught our attention was the shop owner's nonchalant reaction. Sure, you'd think he'd rush to the man's aid, but hey, it's Russia. This next clip from India, despite its low quality, is sending everyone into shock and a bit of an unsettling mood. In this video, captured by a security camera, we see a view of a street at night. Suddenly, a strange creature appears, strolling down the street. Everything about this creature is weird, from its appearance to the way it moves. It looks like a humanoid figure crawling on all fours, with an elongated body resembling a creature known as a rake. What really creeps me out is how fast this creature crawls, and at the end it unexpectedly takes flight as if it were some kind of bird. The locals are equally scared and unsettled by this bizarre sight roaming their streets. Encountering such a creature during a nighttime stroll is something I definitely wouldn't want to imagine. Are you a river monsters believer or denier? Well, either way, this video from Prespa Lake, Albania, will shake you up and leave you imagining what else lurks below the surface of our oceans. This video was recorded by a couple on a fishing venture in Prespa Lake, Albania. In the video, we can see a vast lake in the distance, but something catches our attention. A mysterious head popping out of the water's surface. As the cameraman zooms in, it becomes clear that this thing is no ordinary sight. It's a head of some kind of creature swimming in the water. This head is huge, reminiscent of a dinosaur's, and looks pretty gritty. It reminds me of the Loch Ness Monster's head. After surfacing for a moment, it disappears back into the water, leaving us all puzzled. This was a pretty shocking clip, but I can't help but wonder if it could just be some kind of weird-shaped driftwood. Then again, I'm letting my fear side do the talking. What are your thoughts about this? Aquatic life is kind of fascinating because we've only explored 5% of it, leaving the rest, 95%, in the shadows, and this video shows what could be a creature from those unknown parts.
Okay, just walking on the beach, came across this weird creature.
It's here on the rocks.
I have no idea what it is.
Recorded on a beach, this video captures a very strange-looking blob-like creature washed up out of the water. Its body has a weird separated hexagon-like texture, with small leg-like things popping out of its periphery. This alien-like blob creature is just sitting there under the rock, and we don't see any movement from it in the video. It's quite a strange sighting, but not uncommon in the world of aquatic life. This could be some kind of new land jellyfish type creature, but again, I'm just speculating. Anyhow, whatever this creature is, if you ever come across something like this, please don't touch it. We never know what they are capable of. After watching this video, I'm seriously reconsidering my stance on exploring abandoned places, because this one gave me major goosebumps.
What?
This video was uploaded on an Abandoned Places Exploring channel on YouTube by a group of friends who had a really terrifying encounter during one of their explorations. In the video, we can see them navigating through an abandoned sewage tunnel using flashlights, as it was pitch black inside. Suddenly, one of the friends with the camera spots something moving in the distant darkness. He points it out to his friends, but they don't believe him at first. Then, they shine their flashlights in the distance and catch sight of a figure moving towards them. Its heavy breathing eerily echoing through the tunnel. The figure appeared humanoid, but more like a zombie, and it was steadily advancing toward them. Realizing the danger, they decided to bolt, and the video abruptly ends. It was undeniably a spine-chilling encounter, but it makes me wonder why they keep inviting these types of situations by visiting such places. Ever encountered a creature so unreal and bizarre that it leaves you pondering what else might lurk out there beyond our knowledge? Well, this video showcases just such a phenomenon. Hailing from Hillview, this video captures the discovery of an exceptionally strange white crab by local fishermen. This crab-like creature boasts a body adorned with strange hair-like structures protruding from its surface. Its pure white coloration is striking, and upon closer inspection, we can discern features resembling a tail and a head. Remarkably, the creature in the video is seen moving and arching its back, confirming its status as a living being. But what exactly is it? It certainly doesn't fit the typical crab profile. Speculation suggests it might be a product of genetic mutation coupled with albinism, but without further investigation, it remains a mystery. Nevertheless, its unique appearance is undeniably fascinating, and I wouldn't mind having one as a pet. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. I used to love watching zombie movies growing up, but I always knew they were just fiction. Well, at least until now. Look at that insect. It's missing half its body, yet it's still on the move. This clip captures a seriously creepy zombie beetle using only its front legs to walk around. Despite having no organs left inside, this beetle is somehow still kicking, with its head even looking pretty functional as its antennas move around. Now, viewers who've seen this video are throwing around the idea of a zombie virus. But let's not get too carried away. Turns out, this zombie-like behavior is actually caused by a parasite that's taken over the beetle's brain. Still, it's pretty mind-boggling to see how this bug keeps moving despite being hollowed out. I stumbled upon an interesting explanation in the comments section of this video on Reddit. It suggested that the bug might be running on its original brain, breathing through its exoskeleton, and just functioning until it finally runs out of energy. Personally, I'd say it's time to put this poor thing out of its misery. What do you think? In 1957, residents of Emerson recounted mysterious sightings. Then in 1997, those same eerie events resurfaced in the area. But this time, they were documented by a couple of hikers.
Over there, look, over there. You see that?
What the hell?
This video was recorded by a hiker couple. And yeah, the camera quality's a bit low, cause it's from the 90s. Anyway, in the video, we see the hiker just walking through the deep woods, minding his own business, when suddenly he spots something smoky moving in the distance bushes. He pans the camera towards it, and there it is.
Over there, look, over there. You see that?
What the hell?
This shadowy humanoid figure just moving around. Then he catches it again, standing in the distance. But this time, it's facing him, looking all aggressive, like it's about to charge at him. That's when the hiker decides it's time to bolt, and he starts running. But as he runs, you can hear these bizarre and creepy screams and growls in the background. Go! Like the creature's right on his tail. And just as he's making a run for it, his camera takes a tumble, and the video cuts out. Gives me goosebumps just thinking about it. That shadowy creature's growl could give you nightmares for days. Venturing into caves can be both thrilling and nerve-wracking, especially when you stumble upon unexplored corners. This video captures the spine-chilling encounter of two friends who were delving into a cave they thought they knew like the back of their hands, only to uncover something truly horrifying. In the video, as one friend spots an opening they'd never entered before, he starts recording with his camera. It's dark in there, but to his shock, he captures a pair of eyes staring back at him from the darkness. The eyes reflect the camera flash, and they're eerily fixed on the camera. They're unlike any creature we know, definitely not human eyes. Encountering such a creature in the depths of a cave was unsettling, to say the least. It's the kind of experience that makes you reconsider your choice of exploration spots. Perhaps it's time for these friends to stick to simpler adventures, like exploring local restaurants or food stores. After all, there's safety in the familiar, right? If you're someone who gets a bit jittery at the thought of flying, then hold on to your seat, because this next clip is about to take your fear to a whole new level.
No mames.
This spine-chilling footage was captured by a Chinese patrolman during a routine check on a standby plane. As the patrolman moves through the darkened interior with his flashlight, the eerie atmosphere is palpable. But things take a terrifying turn when he reaches the cockpit door and notices something peering back at him. At first, he brushes it off as a trick of the mind, but when the figure reappears, it's clear he's not alone. With adrenaline pumping, he makes a hasty retreat, and the video abruptly ends. This thing that peeked looked like a ghostly lady with long hair and a completely dark aura. It was a really creepy encounter. But the question that pops into my mind is, what was this thing doing in that plane? And what are its intentions? Ever seen cars growing out of trees? Sounds crazy, right? Well, take a look at this clip yourself, as it captures a similar scenario. Now, the car you're seeing here isn't the fruit of this tree, but rather the result of a driving mishap gone absolutely wrong. This video from Africa shows a completely wrecked car stuck to a tree, with a man trying to cut down the branch it's attached to. As the branch falls, so does the car. It's a bizarre sight, to say the least. There's no sign of any road or cliffs nearby that could explain how the car ended up suspended in the tree like some kind of automotive ornament. It's got me scratching my head wondering how such an accident could occur on solid ground. We don't have all the details, but this video is undeniably intriguing. However, I think the locals should have left the car like that to fuel people's imaginations and spark weird theories about what could have happened to it. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Thinking about adopting a pet? What about a cat or a dog? Wait, how about a crocodile? Yeah, you heard me right. This video, captured by someone parked outside a gas station in Florida, showcases a truly unusual sight where a person is casually strolling out with a young crocodile as their pet. The owner scoops up the crocodile and heads into the shop as if it's the most normal thing in the world. What's even more intriguing is that the crocodile is sporting a cute yellow shirt, all dressed up like a furry friend. It's quite the spectacle to see these unconventional creatures being kept as pets. With cats and dogs, you don't usually have to worry about them taking a chunk out of your arm. But crocodiles, well, let's just say they're capable of a bit more than a playful nip. Plus, they tend to grow pretty darn big, so I can't help but wonder how the owner plans to handle their croc once it reaches adulthood. But hey, this is Florida we're talking about, where the wild and the unconventional seem to be par for the course. I thought I'd had my fair share of luck in life, but after witnessing this next clip, all those lucky moments seem like child's play. This traffic camera footage from Russia starts off like any ordinary day, with cars cruising down the road without a care in the world. But there's this little dip in the road that catches everyone's attention. Cars are swerving to avoid it, taking the safe route to bypass the potential danger. Then there's this small van that just can't seem to squeeze past. Traffic comes to a standstill as they try to figure out what to do, leaving the van dangerously close to the growing sinkhole, and then disaster strikes. Right before our eyes, that innocent-looking depression in the road begins to crack and crumble, collapsing into a gaping hole. It's a terrifying sight, especially considering how close that one car was to the edge. If it had veered just a tad to the side, it would have been a whole different story, plunging straight into the abyss below. This video comes from a group of tourists who were on an adventure in the boreal forest region, and they managed to capture a sighting of the mighty Bigfoot on their camera. In the video, we're presented with a view of the dense woods, and in the distance, a black creature is hunched over. The camera then pans to the side, revealing a large group of tourists with their cameras, all observing this astonishing sight. The creature appeared to be hunched, making it a bit challenging to estimate its height, but it did seem to be of substantial size. Some might argue that it could be a gorilla or ape, but in Canada there are no known animals like that. Towards the end of the video, we can also see a person in a red shirt emerging from the woods. It's a bit confusing why someone would venture so close to a creature like that. In the video captured, he explains what he found lying around on the roadside. It's a skull with some rather unusual features. At first glance, it resembles something from a deer, but upon closer inspection, it's unlike anything we've seen before.
This is a strange horned skull. It's just been found here at Highland Hill Farm on Route 313 in Fountainville.
This skull has a long nose with 2 horns protruding from its head, along with large eye sockets. Additionally, its mouth is filled with small, saw-like teeth that appear quite sharp, suggesting it could be a predator. Unfortunately, the lower half of the skull is missing, which makes it challenging for us to determine exactly what it is. Forest camping adventures are usually a lot of fun, but at any time, things can take a surprising turn. In this video, recorded by a man during a camping trip with his family, we spot a gigantic humanoid creature in the distance. This creature appears exceptionally tall and seems to be covered in thick black fur. It's bending down, as if collecting something from the ground. After some time, the creature apparently senses that it's being recorded and makes a hasty escape, bringing the video to an end. Judging by its appearance, it certainly resembles the legendary Bigfoot, although it's possible that it might be someone playing a prank in a Bigfoot costume. Regardless, whatever it was an incredibly captivating sight for the family on their camping adventure. This video was posted on Facebook by a user who claims to have been stalked by an unknown creature in his house, and in the video, he manages to capture this eerie encounter. The man in the video is visibly frightened and uneasy, attempting to show us the source of his fear. He explains that he had been hearing hissing noises coming from his backyard, and now he's ventured out to investigate what might be causing it. As he explores the area, he pans the camera toward his shed, where something strange is peeking out, and this thing seems responsible for the hissing sounds. In a trembling voice, the homeowner calls out to the mysterious presence, but it remains silent. Fearing the unknown, the homeowner hastily retreats, and you can clearly see the fear in his eyes as he makes his escape. It's a truly unsettling encounter, and it's hard to comprehend the terror of having something unknown lurking in your own home. Imagine you're out hiking in the forest, enjoying the tranquility, when suddenly you hear a deer barking. What am I talking about? Well, watch yourself. That creature you just witnessed barking in the clip is known as the muntjac, a species of deer. These majestic creatures move with a grace and attentiveness that's truly remarkable. Just watch how they carefully navigate each step. Muntjacs, also called barking deer or rib-faced deer, are small deer native to South Asia and Southeast Asia. They've been roaming the earth for millions of years, with fossils dating back to the Miocene period. These deer are not only fascinating, but also incredibly agile, making them quite elusive for predators. And that got me thinking, imagine having one of these creatures as a pet. It's an intriguing idea, isn't it? A rare find indeed. This footage from the 90s, discovered by Sir Erwin Saunders, has some truly spine-chilling and astonishing content. In this vintage clip, we catch sight of a bizarre goblin-like creature traversing through a mountainous terrain. It's diminutive in stature, with elongated legs and a hunched back, not to mention a mysterious bag slung over its shoulder. The creature seems wary, glancing around cautiously as it moves. Witnessing such a fantastical being roaming our world is undeniably bizarre, and makes one ponder its intentions. What could this goblin-like entity be planning? What is it so vigilant about? And perhaps most intriguingly, what is concealed within that bag? Interestingly, some viewers speculate that this footage might be from a movie, but after scouring the internet, no such film seems to exist. If this is indeed genuine, it's time to safeguard our valuables. Who knows what other fantastical creatures may be lurking out there, waiting to be discovered. This next piece of camera footage is one of those that's hard to believe, but if it's real, it's pretty unsettling, to say the least. Yep, that's the pants ghosts that's been spooking folks in a California neighborhood. In this video from a home ring camera, we see the view of a house front when suddenly something really bizarre appears in the frame. It's a human figure, but with no upper body, just pants and shoes. Yet it moves like any ordinary person would, walking along as if nothing's out of the ordinary. It's both creepy and kind of funny at the same time. The homeowner, whose ring camera caught this strange sight, steps out of his house after hearing the doorbell, only to be greeted by the sight of these disembodied pants running around. The whole scene is just downright weird and bizarre. Personally, I'm skeptical about whether this video is real or if it's been computer generated. But whoever did it, if it's fake, did a pretty convincing job. I'll give them that. This next clip is a prime example of why museums are hotspots for spirit sightings, and this one might just make you a believer.
Prison for 8 months. He's a very interesting figure, because he's
recorded by a curious couple exploring a museum. This footage captures a seemingly ordinary moment as they approach the door of the prison where St. Oliver Plunkett was confined for 8 months. The wife pauses to read the details on the plaque while her husband films the door. Nothing out of the ordinary, right? Well, that's until you take a closer look at a small opening in the middle of the door. Did you catch it? Let's slow down the video. Right there, for just a brief moment, a face appears and then vanishes into thin air. And what's eerie is that the facial features bear a striking resemblance to St. Oliver Plunkett himself. It's enough to give you chills. Many viewers who've seen this footage find themselves leaning toward the belief that it could indeed be the spirit of St. Oliver Plunkett making an otherworldly appearance. So what's your take on it? Is his spirit still lingering within those walls? We've all seen Avatar, where there are fire, water, earth, and airbenders. But have you ever heard about frogbenders? And yes, they exist in real life. What you're seeing isn't water, it's all frogs. This fascinating footage from Reddit captures a man surrounded by thousands of frogs. The water surface is so densely packed with frogs that you can hardly see the water. These frogs are all facing towards the cameraman, as if he's their king. The person who uploaded this video aptly titled it, "The King of the Frogs." And that's exactly what it looks like. Just look at those frogs. It seems like they're all awaiting further instructions from the cameraman. A logical explanation for this phenomenon could be that the man recording is a caretaker for these frogs and feeds them regularly. Perhaps this video was captured during their feeding time. However, regardless of the reason, It's quite unsettling to imagine falling into water filled with that many frogs. It's a sight you don't see every day, that's for sure. If you thought seeing thousands of frogs together was unsettling and weird, wait until I show you the one-eyed cow from Indonesia. This video from Indonesia is shocking viewers with its bizarre scene. It captures a strange calf with only one eye in the middle of its face. The eye is pretty unsettling because it doesn't even open fully. As the cameraman zooms in on that eye, we can see that it opens slightly, with the eyelid covering most of it. It's a truly strange sight to witness such a rare animal being born. What this cow has is a genetic mutation called Cyclops. Animals with Cyclops have their two eyes merged together as one. Just like the one you saw in the video, these mutations are quite rare, and sometimes even seen as godly, by Indian village people who deem these creatures as sent by a higher power. It's a reminder of the mysteries and wonders of the natural world, where even the most unusual occurrences can leave us in awe. As children, many of us believed in the enchanting idea of mermaids, but as we grew older, we realized they were nothing more than fantasy. However, this video from the internet is raising some eyebrows and reigniting those childhood concerns. This footage was captured by a crew aboard a submersible on a research mission in the depths of the Greenland Sea. Multiple crew members were on board, recording their surroundings when suddenly, one of the cameras captured a massive fish-like hand, pressing against the glass of the submersible. The crew was startled by this unexpected encounter, as the hand slammed against the glass with surprising force. The outline of the creature resembles that of a humanoid fish, leaving the crew and viewers alike bewildered. The footage was even reviewed by experts featured on an Animal Planet show, who specialize in documenting marine life. They were also in shock. They suggested that this could indeed be a sighting of a mermaid in the deep ocean, and the possibility sent shivers down many spines. If this footage is authentic, and it truly depicts a mermaid, it's safe to say that my childhood image of these mythical beings has taken quite a spooky turn. This next clip is one of those that makes you hope it's just a clever computer-generated imagery creation. Because if it's real, the world suddenly becomes a much scarier place to live in. Yeah, that's not from some monster movie. It's a real clip from Russia. In the video, we see a building at nighttime with apartment lights shining through. Suddenly, something incredibly eerie unfolds. A massive spider-like creature begins descending the building's wall, just like you'd see spiders do. This creature is huge, with long, spindly legs and arms. It moves along the wall, peering into apartment windows, before vanishing into the darkness, leaving viewers unsettled and alarmed. Some who've seen the video are suggesting it's Slenderman. But to me, it looks more like a colossal human spider hybrid. The big question here, is this footage genuine or just computer-generated imagery creation? Personally, I'm really hoping it's the latter. For more strange and interesting footage, check this out.